So when I was asked what the name of the speech I wanted to give, I didn't name it. I have a pretty busy life and I wasn't able to write my speech today. And that was the first sentence of my speech. I don't or didn't want to be here prior to coming. I didn't. I just wanted to cuddle with my baby and I wanted to just hang out with my partner and just do whatever we do. And that's what I wanted to do. And I said that to my partner. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I was like, ugh. And then I was sitting there and I was thinking, well, if I didn't go to all the things that I didn't want to go to, I would have never gotten off of drugs and gone to AA and gone to NA. I would have never lived in Asia for 4 years. I would have never lived in Europe for a year. I would have never created the clothing line I created. I would have never worked at the honey farm I worked at that got me into clothing because the woman who worked there was so into clothing. I would have never started learning how to fly a Cessna airplane from an 11-year-old. Like, that was kind of crazy. I would have never gotten into different sorts of investing. I would have never called people for the conference that I'm organizing to get different sponsors for it, to figure out how do you even do a conference? How do you even run a conference? I literally was calling marketing places and asking them, how do you do a conference? And you were like, who is like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm like putting a conference together and this is what I want to do. So I'm just going to do it. And this all kind of screams to me this idea of fear. And I think that fear is so deeply rooted in our human nature that it prevents us from doing things, but yet we want to act confident in things that we're good at, but yet we won't pursue the things that we really want to because we think of how people are going to look at us or what are people going to think, or I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to, I don't know if I know this group of people, or I don't, whatever. And I do believe a lot of things come down to communication, how we talk to people. Because how we talk, that's all we have. Everything is communicating. Like, this is communicating something. This is communicating something. Like, every single thing is communicating something in some way. So why shouldn't I learn how to communicate in a good way? And it brought me to this idea of things or people that are held back from doing what they want to do and people who do what they want to do. And this idea that we have to overcome fear. And I'm going to say, and I'm going to challenge you guys, instead of trying to overcome fear, just take it with you and just be fearful anyways. And I'm sure we've all heard that phrase, just take the, be afraid and do it anyways, that phrase. But really, like, do it afraid. Like, I am not afraid right now. Like, I'm nervous right now. I don't know if you can tell. I don't really care though. I don't. I just know that in my head, the things I want to do, like, I have a son. I want to do other stuff. I want to speak and coach and bring people to, I don't know, maybe places I brought myself to when I was in dark places. And I don't know, I have a whole entire like manifesto idea of everyone living in this like weird harmony where we have gardens and we all just live together and love each other. But that's a whole nother story. And it brought me to this idea of like, why am I afraid to look at what I hate about myself? Like, I know what I love about myself. That's real easy, right? I can just be like, well, I like this about me and I kind of like this about me and I'm kind of working on this. No, what do I like hate? Like, what do I like? No, this needs to be better. Like, I'm like, I want to make a YouTube channel. Why? Because I want the attention, because I want to be the person that speaks, because I want to guide people. That's it. That's the truth. I want to be that person. So I made a YouTube channel and I'm doing all this stuff. I don't know where it's going to lead to, but the idea of letting fear hold me back from doing something, I just don't want to live in that anymore. And it's like more and more, I don't want to live in that, like, at all. And I'm learning that fear follows made up shit in your head. That's where fear lives. It lives in things we make up. And confidence lives in evidence. So the more we do the things that we are afraid of, the more fear is going to realize it doesn't have a place there. And the more confidence is going to realize that you can actually survive there. As human beings, we are literally wired for survival. So if we fear something, our brain's gonna think of every excuse, every reason to like not do it because it's trying to stay alive. But if you just do it and you show fear, you're not gonna die doing it, then the next time you do it, you'll be like, well, I didn't die. So that's cool. You can do it again. When I was in college, my dad, he was my coach in college, or like my whole life. He said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And growing up hearing that all the time, it led me to breaking the record in Wisconsin for goals scored for girls in high school, right? So like I got really comfortable with being the person who takes the shot or just taking the shot. And it's kind of like, well, if I missed, I kind of forgot about it. It was almost like I didn't remember it because of all the goals I did score. But I would have never gotten there if I didn't miss a ton of goals or shots to start with. And I came to a conclusion for myself. I need to stop faking if I'm afraid or not. Because it's okay to be afraid. But what's really like mouth watering is when someone's authentic. That's like really cool to me. When someone's just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like I want to. I'm more likely to be like, let me help you. Let's figure it out. Rather than someone just being like, I got this figured out. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, I just know it. Like it's like, okay, then go do it. I don't know. But it's really actually fun to me to not know what I'm doing because I'm learning. I'm like experimenting. It's like I'm a little kid again in a way. So ultimately, we need to just start believing in ourselves more, really, and stop caring so much about what other people think. And you don't need other people's approval. And I really believe that us, like as a group, like I know that you guys are new to this stuff, but like I really think we're all thrill seekers because this is weird. Like who seeks out to feel weird? Who's like, I'm gonna challenge myself and try to do something. And so if you don't like it, try it. If you do like it, just keep doing it.